Have you ever worried about what the non-English speaking passengers are talking about on the bus? Do you often find yourself lamenting the destruction of what used to make Britain great? Do you think that cancel culture is spoiling the careers of perfectly good racists? If you answered yes to any of the above, then our anti-woke starter pack 2.0 is for you. We'll get you started with a heightened nostalgia for empire and colonization, and a neo-Zenic phrase book packed to the brim with useful everyday quips such as, I'm not a racist, but what about black on black crime? And our personal favorite, if you don't like it, you can always go back to your own country. If you order now, we'll give you a Twitter account with 37 followers and as many misinformed, intellectually compromised memes as your smartphone of choice can possibly handle. Don't take my word for it. Our latest customer, Deborah from Dagenham, had this to say. Before I bought the anti-woke starter pack 2.0, I used to scream my slurs of choice into the void. But just last week, I got 4 whole retweets on my post comparing Stormzy's university bursary for black students to segregation in America. I'm so proud of how this kit has helped me take the fight to snowflakes worldwide. Enhance your prejudice today. Sharpen your skill at pretending that your dislike for Meghan Markle is entirely non-racial. And practice telling the people that call you racist that you can't possibly be racist because you don't even change the channel when Dion Dublin's presenting on Homes Under the Hammer. Unlock your inner Suella Braverman with our anti-woke starter pack 2.0. Coming to an Empire, store near you soon. Terms and conditions apply. Prejudice not included. Hey up. All right. How we doing? Hey. How are we feeling? I'm going to do the thing that I always tell my young students not to do, which is reading from phone. But it's okay because I wanted to give you guys some new poetry. Is that okay? Is that all right? Can we work with that? All right, let's go with this. All right. Make some noise if when I open your fridge looking for butter, I am more likely to find anything other than butter in one of those containers. This one is for you. This is Ode to the Butter Dish. Ode to the Butter Dish. That, statistically speaking, is much more likely to contain curry goat, coleslaw, ground fruit, rice and peas, or chicken stock than stock margarine. Ode to extracting extra value from a £1.99 tub of utterly butterly by repurposing its shell long after working magic with its remnants on a lonely piece of soon-to-be stale hardo bread. It is an ode not to only the butter dish, but ice cream container and sweetie box too. Anything with the capacity to home the meat or bone or rice or veg that has not yet found residence on a plate just yet. Those who survived the midnight Dutch pot raid and are destined to become centerpiece of a mishmash meal in the not-so-distant future. Think curry goat and packet noodles. Think brown stew chicken and potato waffles. Think chicken roll and coleslaw sandwiches. Think that our grandparents were reducing plastic waste before combating climate change was trending. I once threatened my grandma that I was going to throw away all those curry-stained butter dishes into that brown recycling bin. She gasped, clutched the pills that she does not own, shared with me the ones that she does. She said, nobody not have time for Tupperware. Nobody not have time for cook every day. Ode to a butter dish that wills its contents to be manna from heaven, or just enough to touch the sides. Ode to knowing that what we are blessed to leave behind will always be more than leftovers. All right. Sick. I'm just going to whiz through some poems because I want you to have loads of poems if that's okay. We good? All right, let's go. Live for this. Live for this, live for that, live for this, live for that, live for this, live for that. Live for crumbs. Live for scraps. Live for the weekend. Live for the pretense. Live like a man's not living in the past. And you die for this and you die for that. Die for postcode. Die for flag. Die for your skin tone. Die for some Indo. Die for the chance to put your city on the map. Then you breathe for bullshit. Breathe for change. Breathe for justice. Breathe for fame. I breathe for my people. Breathe to feel peaceful. Breathe like the world ain't trying to take it away. They've been drugging my city till it's high on poverty. They told a black lie, swore down on the life of honesty. We're riddled with a lack of high-rise minorities. It's all Orwellian prophecy. Concrete monstrosities. Real-life games of monopoly. Tax the poor. Break the economy. Blame it on the immigrant and switch up the policy. Drug my city till it's high on bigotry. Fake news and front-page imagery. Xenophobic dynasties. Nazi salutes and far-right litanies. Print their lies in the press till it's injured me. No wonder the whole wide world's got it in for me. We ain't learned from history. And if you can't teach a Tory to bark a new symphony, best believe it's going to be another case of John Crow symmetry. And we live for this and we live for that. We live for this, we live for that. We live for crumbs, we live for scraps. Thank you. All right. Boom, 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 boom. As Wolverine, as worry, as wanton, as war-torn, as tornado, as turmeric, as Tupperware, as tumult, as multitude, as Mogadishu, as Mandeville, as Manish Water, as autodidact, as afterthought, as avarice, as Alvinos, where patties are sold by the ounce, as oxymoron, as obvious, as obscured, as obsolete, as oxygen, as generational, as genogram, as grip, as gentle as gentrification could possibly be, as possibilities, as past, as painstakingly familiar, as fragile, as fragments, as fontanelle, as the elephant in the room, as enigmatology and enterprise, as Justin, as Jesse, as Junior, as jaded, as jingoism, as going, as gone, as God. Guess I'm trying to say that my home is as godly, as godless as any other still living thing. So, this next piece I want to share with you guys, probably a 5-minute walk from here, there is a super court, which is pretty much exclusively used to prosecute young black boys. Anyone know that? Make some noise if you did know that. And one of the tools that they're using to criminalize these young black men, and it is pretty much exclusively young black men, is the lyrics that they rap about in their songs. And yeah, I wrote this poem that's about that, and it's called Blame It on the Bars. Blame it on the bars, not the bars that inhibit us. They cherry pick a lyric, spin the content till we're criminals. They demonized our scene. Seems they don't care about the climate. When justice is more concerned about proving bad character than genuinely addressing youth violence. Blame it on the bars, blame it on the drill, blame it on the trap. Police huddled around the iMac, YouTube identity parades with drill videos as a backdrop. Now let's call a spade a spade. This is a matter of race. They take an art form and legal evidence and make them trade place. Reduce black youths to nothing but cells on a database. Blame it on the bars, blame it on the scene, blame it on the underground. Discard the naivety of youth. Discard the market. Discard the artists. Discard trends in charting as a target. Blame it on the bars, blame it on Central C, blame it on Unknown T, blame it on Dave, blame it on Stormzy, blame it on Sneakbo. Paint a man as Rambo and slap him up with a gangbo. Bar him from talking about the bando. Police his tongue, delete his songs. Bar him from chilling with his man them. Label them as gangs, round them up in joint enterprise and criminalize their slang. Sounds of the skeng, sounds of the underworld, convert it into currency. Make the gain monetary till the powers that be take heed to the social commentary. Blame it on the bars. Public enemies populate our history. And ain't nothing gonna change until we cloak our truth in mystery. Thank you. All right. What is next on here? All right, yeah, I like this one. So, I grew up in a place like a stone's throw from here that is called My Side. Make some noise, anyone that's from My Side or anyone from South Manchester, make some noise. And when we grew up, we didn't really have much in it. Nobody had anything. So we had to get a little bit cheeky to make ends meet. Don't look at me like that. It's not fraud. It's financial creativity, okay? All right, okay. Hands up, right? If you've ever watched your mate, he's got on the bus, right? And he's flashed his pass to the driver, gone to the back of the bus, put his hand out the window, give you the bus pass on the outside you've got on and cracked on. Make some noise if you've done it, yeah? All right, check this one. Ever watch somebody put a quid in a vending machine for a Yorkie bar? The machine stole their chocolate, right, and left it hanging on that little hook, right? Gave the machine a kick, they maybe swore at it, got off, angry. You check both your shoulders, made sure they weren't coming back, gave it a little barge and took the chocolate, cracked on. You guys are too nice. You're acting like you've not done it because these are symptoms we've learned to live with because poverty is a tax on your free time. It's a Saturday morning sleep ride on the 53 bus to Dickinson Road Market because poverty is one or the other. One being free chickens for a tenner, the other being absolutely no chicken at all. Because surviving poverty is opportunism. My other nana, she was a horologist well-versed in those hours of yellow label reductions because poverty is a well-lived routine. It's the muscle memory of eating economy-branded crisps with your hands concealing the evidence because poverty is the playground punchline. It's the one about your mum. Yeah, defo your mum. Your mum being so broke, she bought a Big Mac on an installment plan. It's a game of microeconomics. The choice of a bottle of black grape over a can of black grape because poverty knows an open can cannot be saved till later. We've got to make good things stretch because poverty sets like lactic acid. It's those Nike trainers, Helly Hansen coat, paid for with my dad's drug money because poverty is complicated like that. It's always having enough money for tithes. The tenfold division of 0 somehow equaling 1 because poverty always offers its first fruits to God. It's that cabinet in a dining room gathering dust onto itself because this kind of poverty hides this kind of poverty. Forensic interrogation of need and pride. It's learning just not to ask for anything because poverty is suffering. Suffering with a guilt complex. Right. I've probably got space for like 2 more short poems. Is that all right? A few of you are like, nah, get off the stage, bro. If I stay quiet, will you go away? Those ones there. All right, let's see what we're working with. Yeah, I like this one. Cool. 2 seconds. This is where there's a bit of like hold music. Do, 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 do. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go with this. So, yeah, man, I'm actually gonna finish with this piece. Actually, I think it's a beautiful way to finish. This piece is called Scarred Knuckles. It's a tribute to my dad. amazing man. Who's no longer with us. And I made a whole EP about 4 or 5 years ago to process that grief and to make sense of it. And one of the poems that I wrote for this EP is this piece here. And I'm going to finish with this. This is Scarred Knuckles. His scarred knuckles were authentic wartime journals. His handshake was a cast iron peace treaty. His word was the Kaliga Nappy Gorge. His voice both soapstone and Krakatoa. And his advice was Newton's apple. His laugh was a booming ghetto blaster and Mosside summer circa 98. His presence was Guinness Punch and Fresh Prince reruns. His chest was Aladdin's cave. And his eyes, they were a Sunday dinner plate. His hug was the jingle of the ice cream van. His tears were flowing magma. And his smile was Hume Bridge upside down, chamomile tea, and the golden fleece. His backbone was a granite column. His shoulders were feldspar and biotite, and I can see the world from here. His company was Fio Broma Cacao, and his love is a shadow the darkness can never dispel. His polo shirts were stitched with Teflon. His origin story was maroon. His right foot was a block of lead. His biceps were bison. His tattoos were Sin City storyboards. And his fights were usually 1 punch long. And his walk was redemption song. His wisdom was loaded, heavy like the weight he carried. And his life was a 3-volume story. The beginning was filthy rags. The middle was looted riches. And the ending will be a legacy broader than his shoulders. Thank you.